Hi, good evening to tonight's Public Safety Building Committee meeting. This meeting is being recorded for cablecast and YouTube presentation by Area 58 Community Access Media. The video of this meeting is not to be considered an official public record. Okay. Well, somewhere I had an agenda, but I don't know where it is right now. So the first thing on the agenda is the minutes. Anybody have any problem with them? Okay, I take a motion that we accept the minutes as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are accepted as written. Okay, so we had success at town meeting, and now we're ready to talk about the contractors and perhaps bringing them in. Maybe bringing the Board of Selectmen in the loop. I don't know if they want to sit on, I don't know, I mean I get to sit anyway. If they want to sit on the meetings with the contractors, or if they want us to just go ahead. So you had already looked through them and sort of winnowed them down. Are you happy with what we have? Do you think we need?
I don't know. These are all of them that were submitted.
You had said something last time about some of them didn't respond at the for the second portion.
We had 5 responses out of the 26, 27 that initially answered the RFS. Those 5, plus I went back through the ones that didn't, send in a full submittal, and I've indicated about another 3 that I feel might have, necessary qualifications as well.
So what we don't actually know is, without Dale here, maybe somebody else knows, can we solicit these people? Or because the bid is closed, we're done?
I thought he said we would have to go back out and actually ask for sealed bids.
I asked him, and he
That's
couldn't
what
come
he said.
tonight.
That's what he said. A couple meetings ago when he was here, I thought that's why we didn't get firm numbers, because we were sort of.
Yeah, that was sort of my understanding too. But I asked him if we needed to go out for bid again, and he said no. We can choose from these.
That's what I understood.
We can choose from all of them?
Well, just
we can only choose from the 5 that gave
5 that responded.
full responses. If we wanted.
Well, he actually he expanded and said that you could choose from the 27 if you wanted. If there was somebody in the 27 that were, you felt qualified, you could bring them in for interviews.
Ross?
My recollection was that Dale had said that it wouldn't be, we could reach out to the people that didn't send in the second part of the submission to ask them if they wanted to continue the process. It wasn't closed to that particular line. I don't think we can, choose somebody that hasn't submitted anything.
No,
yet.
I'm just talking about the interviews.
Yeah.
Just to bring them in for interviews.
So you would like to contact, you said another 5, is that?
Well, I think I'm not sure how the others feel, but I had winnowed it down to 5.
I would have done down to 3 and possibly 4. And it's funny, I've got my 1 and 2 is the same as yours, but I got Gentry gets 4. I got 3. I put Cardinal in.
Cardinal?
This
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't consider them at all.
So why don't we see if we can meet with the ones that actually completed the whole process and see.
The ones he's picked have done the whole process.
Right.
And the same ones that I've picked have done the whole process.
Okay. And see what they have to say in person.
Did any of them have modular experience? I can't remember.
None of them really
No.
indicated that they had modular experience.
When we had the modular
one
people
here,
here,
it one of the ones that we got picked had modular experience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was under the impression that with the modular people, we didn't need to spend as much on,
Right, I would think that they would be serving more as sort of, overall.
supervisors.
Just to make sure that if we get stuff back from modular, make any other suggestions that we might not think of and things,
Yeah.
really be very, very much a consultant off to the side. If we're doing the police station modular using one of those firms where they
Right.
would kind of do all the work.
Yeah.
And then we would probably look for them to be more involved in doing a plan for the fire station.
Yeah.
Or anything else, because.
And they would help us do the vetting, even on the modular.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So I don't know that it matters too much, but.
The representative from the one that I chose is number 1, Architectural Consulting Group. She has followed up continuously. Nobody else has.
Was P3 the one that did a bunch of stuff
P3 was
out
the
in
one we
Western Mass?
initially, with the initial RFS, P3 was the one that we had narrowed it down to.
Were they also the one that submitted with a whole bunch of information about work they done out in Western Mass, and they've done or am I confusing them with one of the other?
I think that was one of the other ones. I think that was the Atlantic people. P3 they're located in Norwell.
Yeah.
I remember speaking with them.
Maybe it was Atlantic, yeah. I mean, there was one that did a bunch of public work, and they had done everything from new work
Just about all
to
of these guys have got.
new work to dealing with architectural ones where they moved
Yeah.
to the library.
Yeah.
I might have all that information, John.
P3 had a lot of schools, utilities, and renovation work. They had some police and fire, but very little. ACG they have the most experience as far as their paperwork is concerned with the police and fire than any of them.
That's Atlantic, but they're your last choice.
Architectural consultant is number 1.
Last time we got kind of a rough price list from some of,
What's that?
last time we did get a rough price list, cost per hour.
Yeah.
This one here,
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, which one was that?
This is Cardinal.
Okay, that's
We
the one
wanna
you
try
tried
it.
is.
Yes, third.
Yeah.
Is that one on your list?
But we didn't get anything, oh yeah, we did.
Yeah,
That's right, we did get a full,
yeah.
Do we want to try and get some prices, rough prices between now and the next meeting before we decide? I mean, average hourly rate. I mean, last time when we were looking at P3, we brought them up because of their proximity and how close they were. And I think Concord or one of the other companies was a much higher rate per hour versus what P3 was at. I don't have the number with me. But if we want to pick these top 5 and maybe get some type of a price list from them.
Does anybody have, when you press them, they did give us a range. Does anybody have a copy of that range? That's
just the 5. You remember right, they were.
Yes, yeah.
But as you can see there, ACG is the one that kept it between 50 and 100,000.
And GBI, the second choice is you got between
Which
80
one
and
were
90.
these that they're talking about?
Not
And that's why I dropped Ted Gentry down to 4th because.
Yeah, but see that,
Yeah,
I don't think these numbers here mean
No.
much of anything.
but that was, I was banging between Cardinal
Yeah.
and him because of what their body of work.
Yeah.
And then when I saw that, I just, I'll make him 4th and I'll keep Cardinal 3rd.
I'm still stuck on the process. I'm still stuck in the beginning here because I don't understand. I mean, when we did the project for historical commission, we had to have the period. We had sealed bids. Then we had to open them, in the whole process, and then we had to decide what next steps to take. But we don't really have that from sort of firm numbers here.
We haven't picked anybody and we haven't got anything to show, John.
So how are we choosing?
The whole landscape, the whole building, everything.
Yeah.
We haven't never given that out to anybody.
Right. But I mean, I guess, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess, 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 I mean,
So are you saying that we
I'm just
need to come
confused
up with a
because,
plan?
no, what I'm saying is that we had the prior discussion with Dale and he said we needed to go back out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm just,
we can go back out to 5 and send the drawing of the police station
yeah,
and that landscape area there.
so this is
and they could-
conceptual and
and
these
then they
are the
could
types
give-
of services that we would be
Yeah.
looking for, and now we need you to
Submit a hard number.
But before we do that, don't we want to sit down and talk to each one of them? I mean, why send everything out to all 5 if you can narrow it down just having them here? If
Yeah,
we
but-
can show
yeah,
them what
but-
we have.
I don't think we're clear on process.
No.
Because I think we have to give everyone an opportunity to, because of the amount of money it is.
It's a small job, John.
It's not,
No.
it's up to, we've allocated up to $150,000 for it, it's not small
Yeah,
from a procurement.
it's a small job.
Not from a
and-
procurement
and-
perspective.
Our perspective, it's small, but a construction job, no, it's small. It's a house.
But I'm talking about the procurement laws.
More
We
than
have,
$10,000, so.
I think we have specific process that we're supposed to have to follow
Mm-hmm.
in order to be able to even choose anybody. And typically you bring them in after you look at that sort of, because I thought Chris Swindale said that we need to do another.
I also thought he said that, but it didn't really make sense to me at the time, and we were pushing for town meetings.
Well, then we don't,
You bring a project manager in to put the project together.
you know, I understand that. I'm just trying to make sure that we're on the right side of what we do from that perspective. Because I don't want us getting,
So we
I don't want us getting, like picking someone and then someone
We pick
files a
5, we
complaint on it.
pick 5 and submit the 5 to come in and talk to us. Can't do the 20 of them.
Ross?
No.
I think we're,
Well, 20 didn't, 20 is from the original one where they did, and then you did a whole separate one. I'm not sure we can pick from ones that didn't even submit.
No,
No, we're not.
No, this 20 is from the second time
Oh,
around.
20 came in the
Yeah, the
second.
first time around, we only got, what was it, 11 or 12 submittals.
Partial.
No, these are all people that
Submitted something.
initially answered our second
one.
RFS.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Ross?
I think where you're jumping ahead a little too much. I think, I agree interviewing people is a good step. I also think that the modular group with their free services, I think you can better utilize those to get closer to your actual plan without having to, A, spend any money, and then you can give a more concrete picture to these prospective project managers. I think that when the people from Modular here, that was kind of the process that they outlined. He said, take advantage of our free services, get the design to where you want, and then, you know, you can have a more concrete plan going out.
And how do we do that from a procurement perspective?
Well, there's no cost to that.
Yeah, but, well, for that first initial step where they could do just a basic drawing without it being changed at all. Once we start changing it, then I think that's the 10 to 15,000 that they were saying. You know, they can do an initial drawing, but how does, I just feel like we need clarity on that, on how we do any of that, just to make sure, because what I don't want to happen is that we do something that then precludes us from being able to choose someone that we want down the road. I want to make sure that we do it.
The person that we choose is supposed to be the one that's making things clear for us.
True, but the procurement laws
It's
aren't
like
that. a
chicken and the egg here.
No, it isn't, it isn't. It's just, we don't have the person who should know that here. And I have no problem with bringing people in to interview them. I think that we can certainly move ahead with. I think with respect to ModSpace's offer, we just need to make sure that that doesn't, that if we take them up on that initial work, that that doesn't in any way affect their ability to bid for the job, because when we do that piece, we're gonna have to bid for that as well. Because if it's $10,000 to $20,000, then that is gonna have to be bid out. And so other companies could come in and offer as well, and we have to evaluate them and ModSpace as well together.
What's the most we can spend before we have to put it out to bid?
I'd go for 5.
I mean, part of what we have to do is, now that we're going to purchase the extra land, I'm assuming. We
We're
may.
still hoping.
Are we still there?
We have money available in July to do it, but
Yes.
it is not a done deal.
No.
Right.
I mean, I hate to say it, I don't want to spin our wheels. It would be nice to have a plot plan of the newly acquired land with some possible elevations on it. I mean, is that something we can spend a small amount of money on prior to doing this? I mean, we're gonna have to do it eventually anyway. To see
if
where
we're able to
the
make-
building capabilities are gonna be.
Yeah, if we're able to make the land purchase deal, we will have to have the land surveyed. So that would give us that information.
Yeah, I mean, and until that actually happens, and that's not gonna happen until after July 1st. I hate to say we're still gonna spin our wheels a little bit until we know for sure we have it.
I think we can get these folks in. We can find out and make sure that we can utilize the free services that ModSpace offers to do that piece. And once we validate that's okay, we can go ahead and get that piece moving. And I think we can get, we can get some things moving here. I mean, July 1st, I hate to say it.
And actually, that land doesn't come into play really until what we're calling the second phase.
Yeah.
And that's where we're thinking of putting the fire station.
Yeah, I mean, we can.
Do you feel, as a past person in construction, that we have to physically talk to these, or can you just have them send in their paperwork? What is the necessary of
Every
talking
job
to
that I
them?
ever worked on, we were brought to a meeting,
Yeah,
whether it was a building committee or a whatever, and we proposed
supposed to, yeah.
our project. you know.
Yeah.
And
And
it
then
also
we'd get a
gives,
notice that we were
Yeah.
on a short list.
All of
That's when they would look for some money.
Yeah,
and it gives them the better ability to understand what our project is, because we're kind of wide.
Oh,
We'll be kind of wide, but they need to understand it's sort of a if-then.
And just the interview process may bring up items that we've totally
Thought
overlooked.
about, right.
Has through you, Madam Chairperson, has the subcommittee come up with a list, their top list, have they whittled it down? What did
Yeah,
you say?
that's-
Yeah.
Why don't you pass these up? Pass them up.
I got it.
Yeah, the
Ross,
ones that
you-
you read,
By the way, Ross will be joining our committee at the beginning of the new. It didn't make sense to do it
Yeah, no.
before he had to get sworn in, and then 2 weeks later
Go back
get
and
sworn in
sworn in.
again, so. That gives us an even number. If anybody's tired of this, you're welcome to leave, although I'm really happy with all of you here. But if any of you know, a ninth person that wants to join, that would be fine too. And otherwise, we'll be fine.
Again, through you, Madam Chairperson, should the committee vote the narrow list of these top 5 then, and then take it from there? At least we'll get something accomplished tonight.
Should we have the subcommittee interview them? Or do we want to have the whole?
Yeah, I think we'll have the
committee?
whole committee.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So I guess I'm a little confused. First, I'm hearing that we shouldn't start the interviews until we've come up with some kind of plan, and
I thought we had to plan the police station in all the area.
Yeah. I don't think there's a problem interviewing the folks and understanding their skill sets and meeting some of the principals, because these are the people we're going to work with for a year.
it's really no different than bringing lawn space in
Right.
and having them
Yeah.
give us a presentation.
okay, so,
But I think in the meantime, we can just clarify offline, make sure that we understand exactly what the process should be procurement-wise, to make sure we're not causing any problems.
mhm.
And we can, because that would seem to me doesn't need to be done by the committee. And we can sort that out and then just make sure that if we need to change anything on the fly, we can always let Harry know.
All right, so next week is the 8th, and I'm going to be out of town, I believe. The following was the 15th. Do we want to set up a meeting with 2 of them on the 15th?
2 or 3.
I don't,
2 or 3, I don't know how long
two.
They could easily spend half an hour each.
We're gonna see all 5?
Couldn't do it in one night.
No, we can't do all,
No,
we can't do all 5 in one night, but I'm just saying we're
And
gonna
I'm not
do.
even sure you want,
Two, I'm not crazy about
you
two.
don't want them together. I'd rather.
In the same room,
rock them
rather do it
separately.
individually.
Yeah.
Open meeting law, we'd be violating.
What?
No, we just,
have
We got,
them wait on the
we,
wall.
Harry and I have got 4 that we're in agreement with. Bob hasn't.
Who's the 5th one that we're not agreeing
The
with?
5th one, I didn't pick the 5th one because I was so, we were told to pick the top 3. And my 3rd is different than his 3rd, but his 3rd is my 4th.
Okay, so do
we
you-
don't have a problem, because it's.
No, we
it's in
don't.
the mix.
so
Well,
bring
we've
those
got,
4.
between the two of us, we've got 3 out of the 5 that we agree on.
So do you want one in at a time then?
I think it's better.
Meet it on the 15th
Yeah, 'cause
for
we
one,
don't,
on the 23rd for another one,
this committee's never done
try and move them along.
an interview, and so we don't know how long it's gonna take. You know, we don't know how well they will present to, I mean, you know, we have more questions will come up in our head once we're talking to them,
Mhm.
you know.
Okay. You want to reach out to them, see if they can, see if one can come on the 15th?
Sure.
And maybe it's whoever can come on the 15th is the one that will start
We
with.
start there.
Okay. Anything else?
Put Cardinal in there somewhere.
Yeah. That was Cardinal.
I know,
Yeah, I
you
can
don't-
actually
you don't
see
even-
that.
you didn't even list it on this one.
Nobody responded.
And they were the first ones to send a full breakdown.
Okay, well, maybe I left it at home.
Yeah.
I missed it when I typed that up.
Yeah. 'Cause that was the first one they sent us.
Yeah, but was it the first time around?
That was
Or
the
this-
first, this is the first time around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
so
was the
they're-
first.
So they're not in it
They're
then?
not in
They're
it?
not in.
Yeah, I don't think they're in it at all.
No.
They
that's-
they didn't respond to the second RFP.
That's why it didn't.
Okay. Okay, so plan of action is that Harry will contact companies, see if one of them will come and meet with us on the 15th. And we'll try and get a little clarity on procurement law and,
Try for 6, if we can't get 6, get 7, you know, 7 o'clock or whenever is convenient for them to come in to. 6 may be early for them to come in.
well, they're still working, so they might
Yeah.
like earlier and
Yeah.
get it over with.
Yeah.
Do a time limit, 6 to 6:30, 6:37 for the second one, if we can. It'd be nice to do 2 in one night, just to, and set the, you know, set the guideline up ahead of time so they know they only have half an hour.
Probably a good idea, because everything's gonna be fresh in your mind, at least you'd be able to compare the two. If you wait a week, that's a long
I'm gonna
time.
set them up for 6:45.
Yeah.
Give a break in between, we can talk a little bit about it, deal with any other business, and then that way you don't have them.
Okay, so try contacting
Just
two,
6.
6,
Yeah.
and then one at 6:45.
Okay. Now, we should have everything that we can pull together in the way of
All the drawings.
the drawings
Oh, yeah,
here, so that we can.
that's the last
The last-
conceptual out
last set of
here,
pictures,
and then
yeah.
I guess the conceptual mod space.
Yeah.
Even though we know we want to tweak it, that's
Yeah.
sort of the,
Mhm.
Step.
that's how big of a bread box.
That's
it
gonna
is.
be that's
So
gonna be
those
the
are
building.
those are the two
Yeah,
pieces, and then we'll want to build from there.
yeah.
But at least
They'll need
that's
the
the
building, they'll
notional
need the
stuff.
building and the landscaping. The landscaping includes the parking lot and sidewalks.
Yeah.
Okay. So Dale is on vacation all of next week. But hopefully he's in tomorrow and he'll be in Monday and Tuesday of the following week, so hopefully he can get us some answers. And
Because I think, but the other, it's not just for this piece of it, but also for the mod space piece that we want clarity.
Yes.
And if he's not as clear, then we should make sure, particularly with that one, if we're gonna be getting, I mean, it's one thing to talk to folks, but if we're actually gonna get a service, someone's doing something for us, I want to make sure that we don't do something that precludes.
So can we use their
Can we
free
use,
services without dirtying theirs?
I don't want any issues for them. I want them to be able to be part of the, I mean, they've already come in and spent time with us. I want to make sure that they're not, I just want anything messed up.
Well, he touched on that when he was here.
Right.
He said the design that they would give you would be generic,
Right.
that anyone in the business could bid. They
Right.
can't.
Right.
They can't make it.
So do you already have that design then?
Which design, the interior?
Yeah, I mean,
Plan.
isn't that the,
No, we haven't picked the exterior, what it looks like.
well, they're not going to be able to do the exterior to the way
And
they
that's
want.
gonna be up to the committee, you know?
I mean, the basic building isn't gonna,
No.
it's not gonna work here.
We've got a basic interior design, it's gotta be tweaked a little bit, but we know that's gonna be
But it's
further
about
on.
the square footage that you're looking
Right.
for.
Right, and then most
1,500
likely,
square feet, and we know 2 cells, sight sound separate.
well, I guess maybe what we could get from them, the 3 pieces, to actually get in, because the drawing you have doesn't have the full drive-through Sally port, right?
Right.
So they could get the drawing a little closer for free, potentially, and knowing that we're probably gonna wanna move it a little bit to try and make the building not, just, you know, because otherwise you're gonna have a big roof line and wanna break that up a little bit and things, but we want to, that would be paid services at that point.
Mhm.
But we could get if you could have that, that's what you want, basic floor plan.
Where we're at
We're
now,
close.
yeah, we're real close.
But
Yeah,
just get it to
some
that.
minor tweaking.
Yeah.
So Chief, do you want to follow up with Mod Space then? And
I could give them a call, yeah. I see how responsive they'll be. But we got, I have a lot of vacation time to use between now and the end of the month as well. Thursday and Friday all through the month, so shouldn't be a problem, should be a phone call, and you know, just exchange a couple of emails. I think I can take care of that.
yeah, and if they, send them out by email, then all of us can look at them and I can print them.
You
Out
can
at
print the
work.
big ones?
I can print out a
Okay.
big one. And maybe if I have to, I can take that.
If I had to, I could, if they can do it, you know, we could run into problems where their people are on vacation too this time of year, so I would not be opposed to shooting down to Lakeville and getting a large size copy.
Okay, so is there anything else that we should be doing this evening?
15th.
The 15th, yes. And I will need to post that by, oh gosh. If I'm leaving on Wednesday, I actually need to post it next Tuesday, so if you can contact them between now and Tuesday.
What day are we having it on?
Let me know
Wait a minute.
as soon as you know when
Not
they can
in the
come
issue,
and I'll post it.
Want someone else to post.
Okay. That's true. So John can post it, yes, so that's fine.
And if we can't, if
They
we
do
need
it by
Wednesday,
agenda.
if we need it posted by that Monday,
Yes,
that week.
yeah, so that will work.
Just stay in
Sorry
touch
to-
and
No.
just make sure it's.
Well, I don't think this one's chomping at the bit, so.
So we're looking at the 15th for the next meeting?
Yes,
Or just post it. And we can always tweak the agenda if we need to post it with the understanding that we are going to meet with, together with prospective consultants and whatever other generic things are, and if we need to add something, we can always add it.
I was actually getting my meetings a little confused and thinking that I had to do it by Thursday, but you're right, I can do it the following Monday and I'll be here, so
Oh,
that's-
okay.
that's not a problem. All right, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make the motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?